Hello and welcome to my podcast, Keeping the Tempo. I'm Wesley Hardin and my guest is...
I'm Max Attebury in 8th grade.
So, to start off on this musical podcast, since this is the first episode, you're my first guest, which is not really anything special, but whatever.
I'm still
So, what kind of music do you like?
So I basically like, I guess you could call it like alternative, like anything that's just, I don't know, it depends on my mood, on what I like, but usually my go-to would be something that's like calmer or just chill, like lo-fi.
I agree. Is lo-fi an acronym, by the way? I don't know if it's an acronym. I've always been wondering.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think it, I remember my brother who, told me what it meant once, but...
Yeah, I also like music that sounds like it's been recorded from, like, a bathroom. It's really good. So, what's the reason behind, like, your taste in music? Like, just growing up and, like, stuff that happened or anything?
Basically, the reason why I like this music so much is because I draw a lot. And so I've heard that if you listen to music that doesn't have much lyrics, it can help your creativity.
I listen to music with lyrics when I draw. That's actually really cool to know what you said about having lyrics making like the creativity lessened in a way. Is it lessened?
No, it makes it more complicated because you're more focused on the lyrics than what you're trying to think of. Like, it's just, I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, what history do you have with music?
So basically, like, my dad, he has talked about how he used to be in bands and how he used to drum. My mom used to drum as well. And then
You're both drummers, really?
Yeah, my mom's really good at keeping tempos of things, and my dad,
I am, but not with, like, online apps, because, like, I can't keep the beat unless I'm, like, smashing the keys.
My dad says that he used to be in a band, which I don't believe, but, you know. And my brother, he plays piano and then also bass and guitar.
That's pretty cool. Which one did you start on first?
He started, or like,
yeah.
He started on, I think he started on piano first. Because we got that like 2 Christmases ago. We got like our own like keyboard thing, and then every single day I kept on hearing Hot Cross Buns for like a month.
What about Heart and Soul?
No, we both refused to learn Heart and Soul.
Why do you both refuse?
Because it's very overplayed.
I feel like they should like.
It's very overplayed. So.
They should really make that like they should make a genre just based around that one song, but it's in like different versions of it. Learning genre.
Heart and Soul on the guitar.
We call it kindergarten level genre. So, when did you get involved with music?
So basically, like, as soon as I was, like, actually, when, probably like 3 years ago was when I actually started, like, wanting to do music, because me and my brother both had this dream that we wanted to be DJs, because we used to listen
DJs?
we used to listen to, like, Skrillex.
Not musicians, just DJs?
Yeah, just DJs. We used to, so my dad would put, like, on the TV, Skrillex. And then me and my brother, we would pretend that we were, like, the DJs or something. It was, like, the most wholesome thing you could ever see, but, like, also the cringiest. So,
What happened to dubstep, by the way?
I don't know, I have not seen it much.
I don't think it's dead. I just think it evolved into different genres.
Yeah, I think dubstep, more or less, just kind of, like, finally took a chill pill and turned into lo-fi.
There's no way it could chill down that fast with that much time. I feel like it became like some more underground stuff that I don't know about. Nor do I care about. I'm not a big fan of like the electronica stuff. So, do you play an instrument?
I tried to learn piano for a while because I always thought it was so cool, like how people could like move their hands so quickly and create such beautiful noises. And so I wanted to try to do that. But then my brother is like, oh, I started doing this first, you can't do that. So like, I just kind of stopped.
It's always good to try something. What songs did you learn?
So I learned Turkish March, Also, I tried to do the flight of the bumblebee. It did not go well.
I can't imagine doing that on any instrument.
I can't even. It's so cheap.
I also learned River Flows Through You, two-handed a bit, just a small bit.
And who's that by?
Oh, it's some, River Flows Through You is like a really, really old song. I don't really know.
Well,
like,
people say it's by the brand that made one of the most popular keyboards.
Oh,
I forgot. It starts with a Y.
yeah, it does start with a Y. Because that's the piano I have.
If you can hear a third person talking, that's my editor,
Hi.
Zoe.
Hi.
So yeah, about instruments and all that stuff. So all your family seems to have played something.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to play something. You should still continue if you still feel like it. So with instruments, you make music, of course. So what was the last song you heard?
The last song I heard was probably "Wake Up" by Eden. He's like, it's like I don't know, it's a really good song, and it's like pretty, I guess, chill for the most part.
That's pretty cool. But like, what do you mean by chill? Just like the tempo, the instruments? So it kind of like fuzzy in a weird way. I like music that sounds fuzzy. I don't know why. And also like weird, like sounds like record crackling. I'm really weird about that. That's why I like records so much, actually.
Reminds me of that Minecraft song that was all broken.
The Minecraft one? You mean the black disc that's like broken?
Yes. Oh my God.
Me and the boys jammed to that, man. Oh, that's my favorite.
If that would be possible, I could like play a bit.
If you want to play it, that's totally fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna play it.
So long, I can't remember how we got here, or how we survived so long. I'm trying to run from a pride till you step out of my atmosphere, and I remember I was spent.
So it's just, we're not gonna like this like really popular. That's actually pretty cool. So it just seems to be like a nice simple piano melody with vocals over it. Does it like later in the song get more like progressed with the sounds and instruments and they add more, or is it just the one main instrument throughout the entire thing?
It adds a lot more instruments because he basically is like screaming at one point.
I love when songs like
yelling.
have like one instrument and then it like keeps getting more and more intricate. That's my favorite thing about music. There's a reason behind it. Like there's a word for it, but I can't think of it. So, what did you feel about that song?
It's something to listen to if I'm like walking through the halls or something. It's something just like, I guess, tune out everything because everyone knows how loud the hallways can get. So I just put my earphones.
It's true. I'm in the hallways and I have to scream to get people's attention.
They're the reason why there's so much noise.
That's true. Wow. Well, I mean, if every pro, there's a con. Oh, okay. So, you know how to read sheet music? Do you?
Actually, a little bit. In my free voice, there's a choir where, like, you have to audition to get into it. And just for the audition itself, you have to read a few notes on some sheet music. And, and I got in, so obviously I can, I can read at least, like, a couple notes.
What if they were lying?
That's pretty cool.
What if they weren't lying? I would have made it in.
Sheet music, I heard, is a very, very useful thing to learn in the music world. I should probably start trying to do that instead of slacking. So, who taught you exactly? If I didn't catch that.
My old teacher, Miss Duckworth. She's in Fremont, and she's really good at motivating her students. And I really appreciate it because she's really nice and she's really chill. And no matter how many times I had messed up in either my singing or even in reading the sheet music, she would always be there. It's like, okay, you got this. Keep it up. Here's this and this and this. You got this. It's sort of nice.
That's cool. So on the topic of music teachers and all that, fun stuff. How important do you think a good music teacher is to mastering an instrument?
Oh, that's so important. If you have like a teacher that's like Miss Duckworth and who motivates you, who like encourages you, who says like she's proud of you whenever you've done like little accomplishments, it makes you want to impress the teacher more, or just makes you like believe in yourself. So then you are able to actually like do like the things you love while still loving it. If you had a really mean and awful like music teacher, you would just feel less motivated by the day.
I feel the same way about that. I feel like it's a key component into learning an instrument and all that, and like just music in general and how it's formed, I guess is the word for it. So, tell me your experience as a music teacher. Like, instead of the one, like, how many have you met?
So, like, if you're counting, like, elementary school things, I had, in Yoncalla Elementary, there was a teacher for, like, 2 years that was there. Her name was Miss Jameth. I have no idea where she is now. She just randomly switched out 1 year. And then I had, I think his name was Mr. Williams. And then also, I don't remember, I think it was, like, Mr. Jonas? Something with a J. I actually saw him somewhat recently. And then there was Miss Duckworth, and yeah, I've basically like had five music teachers.
I only had like 3. So, you know, with like music teachers, how the first instrument they try to teach you is like the recorder.
Oh god, yes.
I don't feel, okay, there's a weird history of the recorder. I forget a lot about it, but like, it was made by a music teacher, I'm very sure, for just something to learn on. But like, it has like the worst sound ever. It's so obnoxious.
I was top class in recorder. I'd always get my ribbons first.
Me too. Wow, you guys have ribbons too?
Yes, we called them ninja belts specifically in our school.
Me too.
With my recordings, like recorder phase in like
Phase
third
music.
grade,
The best one.
Yeah, third grade was the one where we had to learn it, and I always got compliments from Mr. Williams, and he said that I was awesome, and I was like the leader. I led a group. That's where like you would where you would run down, or you wouldn't run down. You would walk down the risers, and you'd get in front of the group, in front of like your concert, and then you'd start, and then everyone would like go behind you, and it'd be like really cool.
Oh, I just remembered. I went on stage with multiple people, and we all played, I think, Star Spangled Banner on the recorder, and me and like 50 other people did it. And I'm gonna tell you for here, straight on out, I don't think even a choir of recorders can sound good. I feel like they should just stop with recorders and just get something with actual like sound to it. It doesn't sound like a balloon with tone to it. It literally sounds like, you know, in a balloon and you just like, you know, just yeah, and then just like you pitch it.
That reminds me of the time in like when we were at Cobb, a private school that me and Wesley used to go to. There was these first graders that sing and stuff. It was a night of the arts thing, and they went on stage with kazoos, and they were super proud of themselves, but I couldn't help but laugh the whole time, and I felt bad.
Well, that's just because the recorder is a terrible instrument, so.
Kazoos are terrible too.
And kazoos. Basically anything that's made of, like, plastic. Which is weird. I don't know why, I don't understand why, plastic doesn't sound as good as, like, isn't it brass? Like,
Brass/metal.
Brass,
whatever.
I think.
I had a metal kazoo once.
A metal kazoo? Does it sound better than a normal kazoo?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I think it's just plastic. Just switch to metal recorders.
There's
people.
also like electric kazoos, which like you can plug. There's electric kazoos. You plug them in, and then you can use them for like sounds, and then you can put them into a software.
That's
sounds
so
really
cool.
Yeah.
No, that's how you record probably industrial music. You just get a kazoo and you bang it across the table, and then there you go. You have your drums. Do you like singing?
I mean, yeah, mostly, like, I've been in, like, 3 different choirs for, like, 4 years.
I went to choir for 1 year, and I kept going to a lower register than I needed to.
Was that in?
In Cobb. I was my school got shut down, by the way. So we were up on stage and we were singing. I think it was a Christmas song, right?
Yeah.
And here's me, singing like this, and that's not, I can't go down that deep.
Damage your vocal cords.
Yes, I always. I talk to lower back then. And my voice is constantly scratchy too from
His
rehearsing.
voice was constantly changing.
In my choirs, I was always a tenor alt, or no, an alto tenor. Like, if I had to, I could go to the tenor side if we needed more guys or something, or if we needed low voices. And then, like, it's just being an alto is not fun, by the way. Usually you don't get enough parts in the song. I just gotta say that. It's my pet peeve.
I'm a soprano, but I've seen the way Mrs. Klingenmeyer doesn't even remember the alto's name sometimes.
Do you guys remember the thing that goes like do, re, mi, so,
yeah,
fa? What goes after fa? Lay?
Do, re, mi, so, fa,
Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do.
Yeah.
La, ti, do.
Oh, we had this exercise where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what
I know it.
What? Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but can you guys do a vocal performance of Heart and Soul?
No, we're not
I
gonna
don't even remember the lyrics.
There were lyrics.
Yes, there's lyrics. I made a whole cover one time for it, and it was really good. I laughed I laughed a lot. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. So, do you sing in since you sung in choir, which is in public? Do you know karaoke? Have you done karaoke?
Oh yeah, I've done like karaoke so many times. Like in choirs, on free days, like after performances, we wouldn't have much music for a couple of days. So we would either play games or we would do karaoke. And as a joke one time, I sang Tequila. It's literally just Tequila 4 times and the song's over.
Oh, I love that. But like the double-edged sword for one reason. You know why? Imagine failing Tequila on karaoke. It's like Tequila, but like it's one off. Like to beat someone. Oh, that would.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh no.
We weren't allowed, so it was like a challenge day where we weren't allowed to look at the lyrics and we were supposed to see like where we would know or like what we would know. And then some of them, they have like a little beep for the countdown. And then I did it too early once. And so I was like, and then the stupid thing was, it was weird.
That's pretty cool. Hopefully the microphone picks stuff up because you look away a little bit. But it should be fine. We got a really nice microphone up in here in the classroom studio. So, you know who else sings kind of like a choir? Musicals. So, what kind of musicals do you like? Like, do you listen to like Broadway musicals and all that stuff?
I listen mostly Broadway. Like my top 3 favorites.
What's the difference between normal and Broadway?
I think it's just Broadway is like more famous and then they're actually like more well known.
Broadway is like, Broadway's an actual thing.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so if it's either Broadway or not, so on Broadway or not.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're coming out with a B movie musical. And
I would go and watch the B movie
it's
live.
Broadway, and I think
That's the only musical I would actually care is the Shrek musical and the B movie.
There is
musical.
a Shrek musical.
I know, and I would go and watch it with all of you guys. That would be fun.
Broadway
That would be a good field trip.
It's not on Broadway.
Is there anything music related that, like, in school that you think should be changed? I think, for one, they should use metal recorders because plastic ones sound bad.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive.
But
For like $130.
the metal ones, you can reuse. The plastic ones, going to the ocean, okay?
Yeah, but then you'd have to wash it out. And then they'd have to keep it.
Oh, remember how recorders had these little, like, pipes?
Oh, yeah, the
pipe
pipe
cleaners?
They
Oh.
were really...
It's so different from mine.
And then, like, oh, man, I had the worst memory. There was this kid that, like, had a lot of food, and then, like, he blew in it, and it's just like,
Ew, where was that?
that was, Winchester Elementary.
You went to Winchester?
I went to Winchester, yeah. So, I was a kid that constantly wore a black coat and didn't talk to anyone.
What grade? That's not answering the
I
question.
remember you.
Well, wow, today we found a reunion. That's great. I actually hope no one would remember me from my old school. This is the second person now.
I went
Actually,
to the
third.
gathering, so.
Who's the first and second?
Some other kid in my first class with Mr. List, and another kid that I just met randomly in the hall, and he looked kind of familiar. So yeah,
Went to my
catch me
gathering.
outside. How about that? So, what Broadway musicals do you like? Like, which ones are not do you like, but which ones are your favorite?
Okay, so since I can't pick one, basically my top 3 would be God, what would my top 3 be? So my top 3 would probably be here we go. Be More Chill. I guess Heather's. It's not the best, but like I like it. I like the music, and there's also Beetlejuice.
I didn't know if I was a musical. That's cool.
I love
Well,
Beetlejuice.
it just got taken up.
No, and me. That's cool.
It just
So-
got taken up at Broadway.
Oh man.
Sadly.
Yeah, they'll come back. They always come back.
No,
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, for the people who wanted to listen to that, I'm sorry, it's over, I
People
guess.
think the B movie is actually replacing it.
I hope it does. That would be a good replacement. Oh,
If it's not all in jazz, I'm.
it's gonna be a jazz
You like
group
jazz?
with like vocals over it. Meaning of the B movie, a little off topic. Someone printed me out the entirety of the B movie script and handed it to me.
Is it
I feel like we should start a thing where we just get like either the Shrek script or the B movie script, and then we just send it to multiple people in the
Kyle-
hallways. Someone do
Kyle
that.
had a whole Shrek script in like some little production we were doing in social studies.
Okay, I know it's a waste of tree and paper, but I feel like everyone should just get the B movie and
We're
Shrek
getting
script.
off topic.
Yeah, but
We
like
can cut this out.
no, it's good. It's good. It's fine. It's quality. What's your favorite type of like singing? Like really weird. Like I don't like Billie Eilish's breathy singing at all. It reminds me of like Five Gum. Like those commercials are like,
Yeah.
this is how it feels to chew 5 gum. It reminds me of that.
The type of singing I like is like not exactly raspy, but like it's just something that's just low or calm or just or I guess you could, depending on the mood, it could be like what could be considered stupid emo voice. Everyone knows what I'm like talking about.
Yeah. I don't know what type. I like almost every singing besides like.
Country's bad.
Oh, I don't like.
I dislike
The
country.
only like country-ish band I like is Lynyrd Skynyrd. I love Lynyrd Skynyrd. If you guys don't know Lynyrd Skynyrd, it's hard to spell and type, I swear. But you should listen to it. Their first album is great. If you guys wanna, there's a lot of hidden tracks in that album that are really good. Very first one. Someone should check it out if you're listening.
Off topic.
No, it's music related. So, a little bit about me, my background in music, since it's the first episode. I always listened to music, and by the age of, let me think. I'm old, man. So, like, 2 years ago, I started playing guitar, and, like, recently I started actually making my own stuff. So, yeah. What's your, like, full-on background, like just one whole sentence. Like if you could just like paraphrase your entire life into one thing.
If I could paraphrase my whole entire like music life, like for how long I've known about music,
Yes.
it could be challenging because learning music for me, like on instruments, it's pretty like challenging if I'm not motivated enough. But with choirs and stuff, I kind of enjoy it because it's like a confidence booster once you're done with it.
You know what'd be cool?
What?
Like, you know music where it's like, there's no instruments, it's just voices and then they build
Acapella.
up. Well, basically a cappella, but like it builds up to like this giant big thing, which is not, it's a specific thing in acapella.
Okay.
I like it. I feel like that should be a trend.
Is that Fantissimo? When you're going louder?
I would really like, what music trends do you think should like be a thing? I think bagpipes. No, I hate bagpipes.
Not bagpipes.
Bagpipes hurt my ears.
I unironically want dubstep to come back because it would be such like
Well, they're
the
bringing back
Skrillex
all of
kind
that nostalgia stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
Skrillex is coming back.
Actually, I don't think Skrillex ever really disappeared. It's just like people like just kind of moved on from
Oh,
him.
I know the weirdest trivia. My brother plays this game called Kingdom Hearts, and I guess Skrillex designed the intro for one of the games.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it sounds nothing like his stuff, and it's super weird.
Because when everyone used to like listen to him, like everyone our age, I think, it used to be he used to be like very. He used to be that.
I remember.
Like, everyone
I
knows what I'm
remember
talking about.
seeing his hair, and it was just like,
I thought
I
it
got
was
one
I had
side.
that haircut once.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You're baby Skrillex.
I actually thought he was a girl when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Who doesn't? Thank you for listening to my podcast, Keeping the Tempo. My producer here is Zoe Johnson, and my guest was.
Max Attebury.
And thank you for listening on our very first episode, very special event for me, and it's been real.